What does it mean to engage learners at a distance? You're probably already familiar with how to engage learners in a face-to-face workshop. You may have them working in small groups, talking, problem-solving, doing a case study, or working a puzzle. You may have them singing or dancing. It is more difficult to visualize how to engage learners at a distance, but it can be done. What does it really mean for a distance learner to be involved in your workshops? Distance learners are physically separated from you. They may be down the street, across town, in another county, at the other end of the state, or even further away. Your distance learners may be at a distance from each other too, or maybe some of them work together, attend the same school, or live in the same community. Even when learners are separated from you and other learners, the workshop content that supports knowledge, skills, and attitudes can still be covered. As the trainer, you just need to use techniques to help connect the learners to the content, to each other, and to you, even when they are at a distance. One way to help connect learners to the content is to encourage them to use all of their senses that are appropriate for any given topic. Just think of all the things that learners can do with their eyes. They can read material online and on paper. They can watch a video, observe children, and evaluate environments. How many ways can you think of for them to use their ears? They can listen to podcasts, they can listen to videos, and they can listen to music to consider using with children. They can use their nose, especially in activities where you might be evaluating the environment. Does a space have a pleasant aroma or a horrible one? Does lunch smell delicious? Their mouth can be used for nutritional activities like tasting, but also for talking and sharing ideas with each other. For touching, their hands can be used to write lists, type answers, draw illustrations, create ideas, and feel textures in the classroom environment. What other ways can you think of for learners to use their senses? While building a community of learners is important in distance education, some activities should be done independently. Learners can become familiar with new concepts, practice skills in their own work environment, and participate in self-reflection in the comfort of their own home. The independent learning activities allow for the most learner flexibility and can be very meaningful since they are completed accessing their local site. When each learner is engaged in their own learning experience based on a common activity, it sets the stage for sharing information and extending learning. Just imagine the exchange when everyone shares a lesson plan and photos of children doing a new art activity that they introduced. Engagement with others. For a rich experience, learners need the time and tools to communicate with each other. Some distance learning activities may be ones where learners work in pairs or small groups on a project, prior to sharing with a larger group. This can happen, even at a distance. They can talk on the telephone, or better yet they can use a free video conference service like Skype or Oovo so they can see each other too. Email, online chat, discussion boards, and wiki are also low or no-cost ways to communicate. It is important that you arrange for a central learning website and support learners in using the available resources to communicate with each other and with you. Your definition of high-tech and low-tech is likely to depend upon your technology skills and experiences, as well as the resources you have available. Let's look at a few examples that many may consider high-tech. Savvy computerized work simulations are used in some fields, like aviation. Virtual worlds, like Second Life, are popping up in college coursework and for professional association workshops. Somewhat complicated but more common are online gaming, wikis, webinars, video calls, making videos, and recording podcasts. Learner engagement can be successfully incorporated into distance learning opportunities using low-tech methods familiar to most. Telephone conference calls, email, discussion boards, compact discs and digital video discs can be effective. Low-tech includes those activities that do not require electronic devices, as well as those that require a low-level skill on electronic devices. Field work, such as conducting lessons with children or rearranging a classroom environment, would also be considered low-tech. So high-tech and low-tech both have their place and each offers the chance to build knowledge, skill, and attitudes. You have to pick what works best for you and your learners. Consider learner ability and resources, and your own development time, dollars, skills, An interest in high-tech, you may want to mix it up and use a little high-tech and a little low-tech too. Use many different training methods for teaching learners at a distance. Let your motto be, variety is the spice of life and training. Integrating technology is not the only option for engaging distance learners, but it does increase the variety of activities and adds fun. There are many technology resources that require minimal skill and time for the trainer. Image generators, like Einstein's chalkboard that allows you to insert your own message, can add interest. Just do a Google search on image generators to find the ones that fit your topic. In addition to image generators, check out Animoto, Blabberize, Voki, Jigzone, Wordle, Glogster, Wallwisher, Flashcard Machine, Paul Everywhere, and ProProf's Quizmaker. Of course you know your learners better, but that does not mean that you are the only one who can develop high-quality training resources for them. With excellent content readily available from experts in the field, recreating what already exists is not a wise investment of your time. Though it does take time to review and select resources that match your learner analysis, it generally takes much less time than learning new tools and creating new products yourself. Tapping into online resources for training content helps learners identify future resources they may find useful and will help them learn how to properly give credit to original sources. The first key to engagement is to plan active opportunities. Remember to encourage learners to use their senses. The second key to engagement is to provide meaningful activities. Nobody wants to do busy work. Adult learners need to know that what they are doing really matters. The third key to engagement is creativity. Avoid asking adult learners to do the same thing over and over and over and over again. Even if learners are comfortable with the familiar, it can also lead to boredom. Learning does not have to be boring or painful. To support learners in their engagement, it is important that clear directions be written for all activities. When learning at a distance, learners are likely to need written directions so they can refer back to them during their work. Since you are physically separated, you will not see if they are lost and need more guidance, so make sure directions are clear for engagement. In face-to-face training, there is always a leader who speaks up first. Other learners may be quieter and take a little longer to process the information. They may even have a better answer, but you will never know. But in distance learning, everyone is responsible for their own involvement. For example, everyone is responsible for adding to the discussion board, unlike the class discussion that is dominated by a few. Technology is involved in distance learning, even if it is low-tech. Requiring technology is like a byproduct, or think of it as an added value to the training. Since technology skills are essential for everyone to be successful, this is a great advantage. Practicing self-discipline is another advantage of distance learning. When a learner is in the classroom with you, they may become dependent on you to read directions for them or provide encouragement and reminders. While you can still be encouraging in a distant setting, more responsibility falls to the learner to plan their time and remain self-disciplined to complete tasks. What's special about distance learning? Responsibility, technology, and self-discipline. All in all, distance learning helps build skills beyond the content.